Hi there. This morning I thought we'd talk about how to make a succulent plant grow the way you want it. This is one I have outside that isn't exactly one of my better specimens, but that's all the more reason to do a little bit of pruning on it. What I want to do is cut off plants that are growing in not the direction I want them to grow, or maybe they're overtaking other plants so that they can't get any sunshine. I want to try create kind of a tapestry of all the different plants. So I'm literally going to take my shears and just cut off what I don't like this. And not to worry, it'll grow back in the direction I want it to grow, and we'll have nicer looking growth because I've done this. For example, this one is kind of encompassing on this, although it is the only firm branch in this plant, but I'm still going to cut off this one section of it so that it grows more towards the center of the whole basket. Again, this one also is kind of encroaching, and I want to make room for this plant to be able to grow over here a little bit. So I'll also cut this one off and this one off. So you kind of get the idea. The idea is you're controlling what you want your succulents to do. So don't be afraid. Go ahead and cut them, and you'll be amazed how fast they grow back and how well they do. I've pretty much found it doesn't really matter where you cut. They will continue to grow. Like this one is kind of encompassing on the other plants, so I will cut it off there. Or if a plant is growing in a way, with a long stem like this and it's not very attractive, I'll just cut it off, and then it will grow back in a nicer format. This one I feel like is too tall. I want everything to be kind of consistently growing. Again, this one's kind of encroaching on the other one. Let's see here. This one I'm going to cut because I want this plant to be able to do well. I'll pick up any leaves that have fallen. This is actually an outdoor plant, but it's so windy outside today I didn't want to do it outside. This plant, this one has gotten really big, and it's doing well. It's going to bloom, but as soon as it blooms, I'm going to cut this back. This one is encroaching on this plant, although as I look at it, I think I'll go ahead and cut this branch off this plant first. Again, I'm really going to cut this plant back because it's just not growing in a real attractive way. You kind of want things to fill in and spread out and not just grow up. But I haven't paid attention to this basket in so long, so things have kind of grown out of control. This one, for example, it's just growing up so high. I think I'm going to just go ahead and cut it off. Not going to have much left when I'm done, but I'm not worried about it because they will all grow back. And the key is I should have paid closer attention to this plant as it grew, giving it haircuts along the way so that it would continue to, when you cut a plant down, it tends to spread out. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do. I prefer the growth to spread out, and yet I want every plant that I originally put in this basket to survive. So that's the method to my madness today, and I hope you'll go up to your succulents, look at them, and see if some of the plants are squeezing out another plant. Just go ahead and cut them off. If some of the leaves are blocking the sun for another plant, go ahead and do that. And you'll end up in the end with a basket about 6 months later that looks much nicer than what you had in the beginning. Anyway, happy planting.